Hey you guys, welcome back to Journeys with Jay. Today's video is going to be sponsored by AzureBeauty. AzureBeauty reached out to me to send me over their Dip Manicure Liquid set. This set is low to no odor, and that is one of the reasons why I haven't used dip powder in a long time. You guys don't know this, but before I ever started my YouTube channel many years ago, I used to go to a nail salon and exclusively get dip powder only, and then I started to do dip powder on my nails at home with and without the nail enhancements. So yeah, I'm really excited to give this a try. I've definitely started another healthy natural nail journey so that I can give you guys more versatility outside of just gel extensions. This is the 4-step system outside of the box. So the first step is going to be the base coat, and then the second is activator, third is top coat, and fourth is your brush saver. So say you're using your base coat on different colors and it tends to get stuck in the brush, you can go ahead and use that brush saver just to clean that off, and that way your brush doesn't harden with product in it. I'm really excited to give this a try. Thank you again to AzureBeauty for sponsoring today's video. I'm starting off with clean nails. They are already prepped and ready to go. I'm just going to go in with a little buffer block and lightly buff the surface of my natural nails. I did get this buffer block out of the dip powder set that was sent to me as well from AzureBeauty, and I will be sure to link that below as well because I'm using a color out of that kit. This is the dip powder that I'm using today in the color 165. This is a really pretty, very shimmery color, and that's right up my alley. I love something that's more of a soft pink, and if it has shimmer, sign me up. This is the little dip container that I'm going to be using so that I can evenly dip my nails as opposed to trying to dip it right into the container. And I'm going to first start off with that base coat, applying a very thin layer onto my natural nails and dipping that first layer. I always like to go in with a thin layer with the base coat because you don't want it to be too thick and chunky. That'll cause unevenness, as well as it'll take longer for the powder to dry down before you have to brush off any excess powder and go in with your second layer. When dipping my nails, I like to go in at an angle and allow the powder to just kind of sit on my nail for a few seconds before I take my finger out, and then just tap off any additional powder that's still sitting on the nail before I move on to the next one. This is how it looks with just one layer. And I'm going to go ahead and repeat that process on the rest of my nails. Again, going in with one thin layer of the base coat and then dipping the nail into the powder. I did ask on my Instagram account what kind of natural nail content or other nail content you guys would like to see, and I definitely had some votes of dip powder as well as the rubber base gel. So let me know what you guys want to see as well outside of gel extensions. I'm really excited to hop on a new nail journey and just kind of broaden our horizons and explore more stuff. Now that the first layer is done on all of the nails, I'm taking the brush that also came out of the dip set, and I'm just lightly brushing off any remaining powder that we have hanging around the nail as well as on our fingers. And you want to make sure that you allow the 30 seconds for each of the nails after dipping the first layer, just to ensure that it's fully dried down. I did also follow the instructions when applying the dip, just to ensure that I have the best outcome. So now I'm going in with the second layer of the base coat and dipping it again. And what I will say is, typically when you use base coat, it just smells like extremely strong nail glue, right? This has no smell at all, literally no smell. I had to ask the rest of my household, like, hey, do you guys smell this? Like, do you remember when I used to wear dip, and do you guys smell this? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, perfect. That makes me happy because I literally can't smell anything, and I'm super happy about that. The other really cool thing about the base coat is that it can also be used as nail glue. So like if you're putting on nail tips or press-ons or anything like that and you need a nice nail glue, you can also use this for that. Once we've applied the second layer and given it time to dry down again, we're going to go in with the activator. But before painting this on the nails, you want to make sure that you dust off any additional powder that's still on the nails. And then you're just going to go in with a generous amount of the activator, and this is what's going to help to harden the nails. So this is essentially just setting everything in place and giving it that very hard effect before we're able to buff the nails down and make sure that the surface is nice and smooth. It says to allow 60 seconds for dry down, so that's just what I did. I did go in with a little bit more liquid probably than I was supposed to, so I gave it a little bit longer because I felt like maybe like a minute and a half will do, and it worked out just fine. Okay, and now that the nails are completely dried down, let's go ahead and go back in with the nail buffer, and you're just going to lightly buff the surface of the nails, making sure that everything is smooth as well as the free edge of the nail, cleaning up that shape. And the good thing about this is that you don't necessarily need the nail to be roughed up like you would with acrylic or anything like that, because you would have to make sure that your gel polishes can adhere to it. With this, you want to actually make sure that the surface is nice and smooth, and then we're going to go in with the top coat. And then here's a top coat. Again, this does not have a odor. which is again really nice because the top coats do usually have a strong smell as well. So I will say they really did something when they came out with this set, especially for those who are very sensitive to smells or people who just don't want to smell really strong nail products. I'm just going in with one thin layer of that top coat on each nail. You want to also make sure that you cap the edges, and if you get anything on the skin, quickly remove it so that it doesn't set in place. Now you want to allow it a few minutes just to dry. I typically like to give it at least 3 to 5 minutes to dry down, but it only takes 60 seconds. Okay, you guys, this is what the top coat is looking like once it's dry. And on the pinky, you see that that one is matte because I applied 2 layers of the top coat. When you apply 2 layers, it'll go matte, and if you just apply one, you'll have that nice high gloss shiny top coat. Let's go ahead and fix that pinky so that everything is nice and shiny, and come right back. This is what all of the nails are looking like with the just shiny top coat on them. And I really love the way that this looks. It's nice and thin, it's not super bulky, and I really truly love this color. Thank you again to AzureBeauty for sponsoring today's video. I'm really excited to jump back into my dip nail journey. Let me know down below what you guys want to see next, and if there's any cool colors from AzureBeauty dip powder kit that you want to see me use. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.